Huge revelations for the unemployed here. Mizkif went live again, and in that stream, he went over a few things, most notably talking about, that door slamming clip that Emiru had dealt with where you can hear it in the stream.
Why are we all acting like we haven't murdered, like we haven't pillaged, like we have a one-hit advantage? She was coming after.
Well, I have some cloth in my house.
So he's saying that that didn't happen now. Additionally, he said that he has some supporters behind the scenes that say they feel bad for him, some other content creators and former roommates that he had. And he also might have deleted all of the mods on his Twitter community and said, like, go crazy, do whatever you want, post like nudes and stuff. Matter of fact, this last stream was interesting enough that Asmon himself reacted to it, so we'll be showing that as well, as he's involved in a lawsuit with Mizkif right now. Now, just a quick heads up before we jump into the video, you might notice that the runtime is looking kind of long on this one. That's because I originally had a video coming out today talking about some of Mizkif's previous streams that he's been doing on this alternate channel, and I'll just include the new information right here at the beginning, and then I'll let you guys know towards the end of that new information when we're switching over to talking about some of those previous streams and some of his Instagram cringe shit. And lastly, if you're new here, consider subscribing. We're very close to hitting our 100K sub goal by the end of the year. Also, instead of dropping a like, try hitting the hype button. You can do both if you want, but apparently there's like a new hype button. I've been trying to have it tested out, see how it impacts the video. So if you give the video a hype, greatly appreciated. But regardless of if you do any of those things, thank you for watching. Now, first thing to get this out of the way, there have been two big clips that have been circling around on live stream failed, things like that. Mizkif says all of his old roommates reached out to him privately to show their support. And then this one advocating for group stalking harassment by his fans on his alt. We are a community of schizos. Now, there were a few cuts here and there in the clips that were confusing for me, so I ended up being able to find this VOD. Now, this is going to be referenced later on in this video too. This person named Pim. They have been posting the VODs from Mizkif's alternate channel because he deletes the VODs as soon as they're up. So I'll leave a link down below so that you guys can check these out if you're interested. We're going to start off with the clip referencing this, these people reaching out to him, his old roommates, trying to support him. But he also talks about that clip that we had seen of during the Rust stream for Emiru. I'll play it in a sec here, where Emiru talked about the fact that Mizkif was outside, like slamming a door over and over and over to a point that it broke. And that's when she had gone out, had a huge argument with him, and then came back and continued stream.
Why are we all acting like we haven't murdered, like we haven't pillaged, like we have? She had a one-hit advantage. She was coming after me. I had to attack back.
What the fuck is this?
Well, I have some cloth in my house.
He's now denying that that even happened.
If you were there in 2019, you know that clip was nothing. You know that almost every clip that everyone has is nothing. The clip that people even have of me where I slammed the door, I ran outside because Julia was having a panic attack because she drank too many Red Bulls. And you slam the door 5 times to make her panic attack go away? No. What clip are you talking about? Brother, you're so full of shit. I'm not. You just came in here and you don't even know the whole situation.
So if you're like me, that might have been really confusing. He's now claiming that this individual, Julia's having a panic attack, and so they went outside, and like one of the chatters pointed out, so you slammed the door over and over to ease their panic attack? And then he starts like, well, what clip are you talking about? Almost as if he doesn't really know what they're talking about. And then he's suddenly pressing this chatter for not knowing what's going on when he has to clarify, what clip are we talking about? Mizkif doesn't even know what's going on, or that's bullshit. He is just straight up denying this clip, and he just made a really shitty lie, and it's not working really well. He got called out immediately, and so he just kind of like feigned the confusion. This is such a dumpster fire of like a cover-up or a lie about this, or he is so confused about this and really should not be speaking on it. Keep in mind, this guy is going to court against Emiru and Asmongold, Zach, in regard to the allegations that were levied by Emiru, and that included this thing that we're talking about right now, or what the viewers are talking about. This is shit that could very well come up in discovery for this case. And this isn't going to look good for Mizkif if he starts to give a different story about what was going on then, if Emiru is saying one that's different, and there's information evidence that can more so corroborate what Emiru was talking about. Now again, I was also still confused about how it cut, because right at the end of the clip I just showed you, it does cut. So I went to the VOD to see if there was more information to get around it. Here's what I found.
You know that almost every clip that everyone has is nothing. The clip that people even have of me where I slammed the door, I ran outside because Julia was having a panic attack because she drank too many Red Bulls. It's not bullshit. You can even hear Julia confirm that on her own stream because it's true. And that's what I mean. I can't fight it, but people and content creators use that clip to say that I'm abusive and I purposely went out the front door to weaponize that, when the truth is I went out the front door because Julia was having a panic attack and she drank too many Red Bulls. Then people saw me and Julia ended stream almost at the same time and they assumed I made Julia end stream. It's not true. I literally went outside and Julia ended stream herself because she was having a panic attack. And you slammed the door 5 times to make her panic attack go away? No. What clip are you talking about? I didn't slam the door 5 times. That didn't happen. Was the door actually broken? That door sucked. My front door just fucking sucks. Like, everyone knows that. My front door just sucks.
Now he makes reference to Julia Kins and them having this anxiety attack and referencing that they ended stream together at the same time. I wasn't able to corroborate that. I did some like basic Googling research, checking on Julia Kins' Twitter, but I couldn't find anything referencing this specific situation, or at least in tandem with the Rust event. But as you can see, he just kind of moves past as like, oh, everybody knows my door is terrible, which just doesn't answer any of the questions that he slammed and broke it or anything like that. He also specified that slamming the door 5 times didn't happen. I wouldn't necessarily put it past Miz to be like, yeah, well, I only slammed it 3 times, something of that nature. But this could be him denying that he slammed it at all, which again, doesn't seem to match up with Emiru's story and the clips that we had seen. Although there is no definitive proof or like video showing Miz directly slamming the door. Just think it's important to recognize it for what it is, regardless of if you think Mskiff is being truthful or not, especially given his track record in history. But continuing on.
Do you feel like people treating your name like Voldemort is kind of exaggerated? It's all exaggerated. It's all exaggerated. All of it. Listen, I've played these games before, brother, man. Okay? This is not my first time in the rodeo getting allegations thrown against me that are bullshit.
Now, I've got a hunch here that maybe people are treating your name like Voldemort and not saying it because you're so clearly sue happy. Whether someone is rightfully calling you out or not, you're willing to sue, and that doesn't mean that even if the person is being completely honest and is being truthful with what they say, that doesn't mean that they're happy to go to court or that they can financially take care of it. So yeah, people aren't probably going to name drop you to avoid getting heat from you. The alternative argument is that people are hyping this up to just add more drama to it, which I mean, I guess, but I feel like if people were doing that for that sake, they'd probably be using Mizkif's name more. Like I myself am going to use Mizkif's name in the title because that draws in more people. If you wanted to ham it up and make it more intense, you wouldn't be obfuscating who it is. You'd be saying exactly who it is. It just feels like a really bad attempt at just like using confidence to avoid any like logical explanation for why people are treating you the way that they are.
What do you think about the Clats getting into the Austin circle? I don't care. Do you think I like hate everybody in the Austin area or something? I'm like, it's like me standing outside waiting to fight all of them or something. Most of them have messaged me and said that they either feel bad for me and all this stuff or basically that's it. They just can't publicly defend me or talk about me at all because they'll just get ripped to shreds. Like, I will say this. All my roommates have said that I have called me or so they feel bad.
Before we dive into it, something I found really interesting, the way that clip ends, if you actually go and watch the full VOD, I just want to play a couple more seconds after that clip ends where he's like, yeah, these people called and said they feel bad for me. This is how that actually ends.
All my roommates have said that I have called me or said they feel bad. Actually, that's not true. I don't have any roommates.
To be charitable, I mean, what that's saying at the very end is that, okay, well, it's not true that all of his roommates have like said, hey, I feel bad, can't defend you publicly. It's only that some of them, not all of them have done that. And maybe the implication he was trying to make was that the people that were actually living with him would know him best and would know the truth of it more. And so having them all on his side of things or like feeling bad and wanting to defend him but can't would make his position look any better. But in doing so and admitting that no, not all of them are like that, maybe he's taking a shot at the fact that one of those roommates was Emiru. Maybe he's talking about his roommates now, I'm not sure. Either way, it just makes his side of it look worse. And it's weird that he brought this up to try to point that out. He could have also been talking about the fact that he doesn't have roommates now. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know his living situation, but it's just, he's talking about things in a very strange way, it seems. Now, in the time that I was recording this, the second clip of Mizkif here was actually deleted from the subreddit. I think I understand why it was deleted, and I'll explain that in a sec, but just to show you guys again, the headline for it was Mizkif advocating group stalking harassment by his fans on his alt, "We are a community of schizos." And I was able to find where they had clipped that in his stream VOD from this Pim guy.
Why'd you change the Twitter community name? Because you can feel free to be as schizo and stupid you want in that community. Go crazy. I literally don't care anymore. Like, go nuts. Do whatever. Say whatever. Do whatever, Walmart. Be crazy. We are a rambunctious, stupid community of schizos at this point, and who cares? Go nuts. Say whatever you want. Talk shit about anyone you want. I don't care. Use it as a place of hate. Yeah, you can post nudes. Go crazy. Why are there mods that delete it? Nah. I'm removing all the mods. Get out of there. Members. Moderators, narrator.
Like you heard, he made it sound like he went and like deleted his mods from it to allow people to just kind of, you know, go complete anarchy in this Twitter community. I believe he changed it to like schizo people at some point, but then he ended up reverting it back. I didn't see it when it did have the name changed. Now, is he allowed to do this kind of thing? I'm guessing so. I mean, Twitter has nude stuff everywhere. I don't know if it's necessarily a good practice when you don't know the age of your fans to just say, yeah, here's a community that you can access as long as you're like 13 and up, at least for Twitter. And yeah, you can post whatever, including like naked pictures. Wouldn't necessarily agree with that practice. And yeah, you know, typically you don't want your fans, if they're upset with another streamer, someone that you might potentially collab with in the future, probably don't want them starting shit or just, you know, being hateful just to be hateful. But then again, Mizkif has seemingly burned all of his bridges, so maybe that doesn't matter at this point. And like I said earlier, I want to go over this is Asmongold's like reaction to seeing this clip, but I want to specify first why I think this was taken off of LSF, and I think it's because the titling was a bit disingenuous or misrepresentative of what the clip was entailing. Mizkif advocating group stalking harassment by his fans on his alt, "We are a community of schizos." I don't think by what he said that he was advocating for the group to stalk people, nor was he advocating to harass people. He was saying you're free to do whatever you want. You can hate on people in this, but I don't think that that is necessarily harassing someone. You can talk shit about someone behind their back or in a public forum that they're not going to take a look at, or you're not directing any of this directly at them, like to get it in front of them. You're just talking shit into the ether or in this like echo chamber that they have. That's not him saying that people should go harass people that he doesn't like, anything like that. It's also not advocating for this group to go stalking anyone. So I don't know why it was titled as such, but I just felt that was an important clarification. I think it's, you know, probably not a great thing to do on Mizkif's behalf, but that doesn't mean that we should be labeling it as he's trying to plan something nefarious when that's not what we're getting from what he's saying. But moving on now, here's that clip with Asmon reacting to all of this.
Talk shit about anyone you want. I don't care. Use it as a place of hate. Yeah, you can post nudes. Go crazy.
I feel so bad for his lawyers. That's all I can say. I just feel bad.
It really doesn't go into much more detail than that, as you would probably not expect him to, as he is in a lawsuit with this guy. The fact that I'm not a lawyer makes it a bit tough here, but I'm genuinely curious to know how that would actually impact his side of things if he's going for a defamation case against them. Like the fact that he's comfortable with people acting a certain type of way or being hateful when they know that he's in a lawsuit, if that actually has any sway in the matter at all. Asmongold seems to think it does. I'm curious what you guys think about it too. But that wraps up the new information that had come out about Mskiff just a few hours ago. This is now going to jump into kind of the intro and beginning of me talking about some of the previous live streams that he's done over the last couple of weeks, as well as his really fucking cringy Instagram reels and TikToks that he's been posting. If this is all that you guys came for, hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to subscribe if you want to stay up to date. Again, hit the hype button if it's there, or just the like, and enjoy watching the rest of the video. We have another huge update for the unemployed. Mizkif is back to streaming, not on his main channel, but on a side channel, and it's incredibly weird. And I don't really have a better way to describe it other than it's really cringe. Now, he's done 2 streams since he had stopped stopped when all of the allegations came out from Emiru, and he's been posting a lot on his Instagram, and it looks like he has a new girlfriend. Whoop-de-doo. I noticed there hadn't seemed to have been coverage on his initial stream when he returned back, but there has been some news as of a couple days ago with his second stream. So I want to go over both because I think both have some interesting clips in them, and then of course showing you guys what he's been doing on Instagram amidst all of this. To get started though, if you guys are interested, I'm going to link in the description below. Someone went ahead and clipped them as they're not on the Twitch channel anymore, but these came from Mizkif 24/7's Twitch channel that he's been using. And so it was both of these two. This one was on the 21st, the one that was more recent. And then this one was actually a few days before that on the 17th. Now someone had clipped a few of the moments from this original stream that he came back to, and I wanted to show that first. You can see that he's playing Mario 64, notable game that Emiru and him played a lot, and she made him look like an idiot in.
How are you, Miz? Honestly, I'm pretty good, man. Like, you can ask Genie. Straight up, all I've been doing is playing Pokemon Puzzle. And cleaning. And going to the gym.
You hear that, guys? Mizkif is doing well. Like, as much as I or any other person here is going to give shit to Mizkif, Pokemon Puzzle, pretty based. But he keeps talking about and keeps reiterating how good he is. He swears he's so good. He feels great.
Are you going to watch a lot? Did you watch a lot of stream? Okay, Jenny can contest to this. I swear to you, have I really been watching or been online?
But now he's going to follow up and show like how good he is by reiterating that he hasn't been keeping up with anything. He hasn't been looking at anything online. This is going to be important later.
Like on my computer?
No, but I watched her.
Right, but you can contest, like, I really have not been, like, watching or being on the internet that much at all.
No, just eyes on the TV.
Can you believe that, chat? Can you believe that?
But it's good.
They got your mans! You don't believe me.
Literally only Stranger Things and games.
You know all the memes?
Can you believe that, chat? Can you believe that, guys? I haven't even been online. And chat, look, here's this person in my house that can contest, which is not what you think it means, who can attest to the fact that I have not been online, which means nothing. You notice that he specified haven't been checking on my computer. Brother, you're gonna take a shit and check your phone. Their confirmation means nothing here. And look, this person is clearly comfortable with being on the stream and like just kind of hanging out in the background, but putting them up to like confirm that you're good, that you haven't been engaging with stuff because that's like the right thing to do in this situation is just, it's weird. Maybe that's a more personal thing with me, but just like roping other people into your own shit is just a bit peculiar, especially in a situation like this. But more than us just being skeptical, like, yeah, I don't think so, his viewers didn't really believe him at the time either. And admittedly, I think that he just straight up lies in this following clip, but I'll let you guys be the judge.
You know all the memes? Bro, because the reason why I know that is because one person in my offline chat, I just randomly checked it one night, one person put that I'm still on Sora for AI, and I checked, and 90% of the clips were fucking me and E-Rob and me saying that.
How does he know about the memes? How is he able to keep up and stay aware of what's going on? He goes, well, well, there... Obviously, the Sora thing, there was someone in my offline chat. It just sounds fake. I feel like maybe I'm crazy. Maybe that's just me letting my thoughts and feelings get the best of me, but that just seems like he is making that up on the spot. And maybe it's true that someone in his offline chat was talking about the Sora stuff, but for him to say that that's how he's been able to keep up to date and stuff, it just felt like that was a shoo-in. Interested to hear what you guys think. I don't know. It felt a bit weird. This leads into the end of, and my favorite part of this clip, where he ends up getting pressed a bit again, and he starts asking for the gal behind him to confirm that he indeed has not been online, and what he says just doesn't quite add up.
Bro is still looking at LSF all day. Do I check LSF at all?
No. He doesn't read anything on the internet, nothing. Which is good.
I'm not kidding you, chat. I really am not reading anything. I swear to God, I don't read shit. And I'm not even paying attention to what anyone says because 90% of it is lies and wrong. So I don't even want to hear it.
Yeah, so quick question, Miz. How do you know that 90% of it is wrong and lies if you're not watching it at all. Now, she was really quiet, but it's just essentially her saying, yeah, he doesn't even go online, anything like that. But are we being serious right now? 90% of the things that I am not looking at are lies or wrong. How do you know if you're not keeping up with it? Admittedly, this is kind of a loaded point because, yeah, I mean, he could have people around him telling him that, oh, you know, people are saying this or that, so he doesn't have to look at it. I'm sure, you know, there's other huge creators like Asmon who he's suing and all these other people that are making videos and talking about this. Like, he can put 2 and 2 together, but it just goes to show he's going out of his way to act like he is completely disconnected from all of this when that isn't the truth. And he's just hiding behind this idea that, well, I haven't gone on live stream fails. I haven't perused the internet in search of this stuff. So therefore, you know, I'm better than it. I'm doing good. I'm disconnected from it. But this leads us into the following stream, the one that just happened a few days ago, where Mizkif, as Yeet puts here, drops another life update, says demon time will last indefinitely. Now, you guys remember when he first introduced this quote unquote demon time thing, that he was going to start leaking all of these huge content creators, their DMs, stuff that they'd never want out into the public. And then he went radio silent and is now doing this. Well, he finally has a way to explain that for his core audience that's showing up on this, you know, 24/7 channel.
How have you been doing these days? I'm great. Today, I did laundry for about 4 hours, went to the gym, went to the sauna. What else did I do?
Sorry to stop so quickly in there. I'm sorry, laundry for 4 hours? The fuck are you doing? Folding parachutes? What is taking you 4 hours to do? And before anyone jumps down my throat, there's a huge difference between like you're on your phone doing laundry as you go along, which like maybe you could broach into like half an hour, right? Maybe an hour. If I'm being charitable, maybe he's referring to like doing multiple cycles, like doing your sheets and your clothing, etc. I'm gonna assume that in good faith, because the alternative is somehow getting laundry done over the course of 4 hours, which is just insane.
What else did I do? I ate. Then I went out with my friend for the past 22 years. He's in LA. Came over. We went to my Italian restaurant. Ate there. I got a nice fiore di zucca, which if you don't know what it is, chat, it is zucchini wrap with cream cheese in the middle. And it's absolutely delicious with a nice marinara sauce. Then I also got some rigatoni as well. Some 3 meatballs I got as well, which is very good. And some eggplant. So I got that as my classic. Ginny knows it's my classic. Then I got that with my friend. We ate dinner, came back here. And me and Jennifer Mosley, we fucking sat on the couch and whipped out our sack, and then we all hung out for a little bit.
I can't get it out of my head that the way that he describes his day and the dinner that he had, maybe it's with the posture and the hand steepling, it all just comes off as incredibly pretentious, and that he's like above his viewers in the way he describes this. It's just so bizarre. And that leads into the next clips, which are his chat, once again pressing him to see if he's okay. I think that his viewers were kind of getting the same vibe that I am right now.
How's your mental? It's great. I'm not kidding you. It's great. I'm very confident and okay. Because I know that I will be okay. I miss streaming. I miss you guys. But I'm very mentally well. Aren't you supposed to be in distress? What do you mean? Just because I'm in a good mood right now.
Someone who has an ego like Mizkif, which I think is very apparent based on all of the stuff that we've already gone over, I don't think exhibiting confidence in yourself is really that much out of the ordinary. I think this really could just be going both ways. Either his audience is kind of keenly aware that, you know, at least in this situation, he shouldn't be as comfortable as he is, or maybe they're curious to hear what's going on, being the fact that he's streaming and he is kind of talking about it here and there. On the other hand, this could just actually be a bunch of hate watchers just trying to get a rise out of him, pushing him on stuff to see if he'll say something or respond in a certain way to clip him or to get something interesting to happen.
As a non-hater but a non-fan as well, I wish you did a reformed arc so bad but actually reformed. You know, here's the thing about me is I'm not going to go and do a reformed arc just to make you guys happy. I've been reforming a lot over the past year that you don't see that my viewers have seen. I've changed a lot, and I'm not a person that I once was years ago.
First thing, I don't know why she's now in frame, like checking her phone, maybe reading chat. I'm not super sure. But secondly, someone who is reformed over the years or over even just this last year, do they go up to an employee of their ex and threaten them to go nuclear if they start saying something about them? And let's make it clear, to confirm that, he corrected the record and said, no. Emiru said that I told her employee that I was going to destroy her. No. I said I was going to go nuclear. Does that sound like a reformed person? Maybe it is, compared to whatever the baseline was, punching holes through walls and slamming doors. Maybe for him that is progress, but for the vast majority of people, being rational human beings, that's still insane that you would do that you would say shit like that to Emiru's employee. But this person that he's responding to the chat of, who he assumes is just some hater from, just coming in from the drama, Miz tries to kind of press them as like, you wouldn't know, man, my viewers would understand, and they have a little bit of a back and forth.
And I'm very proud of that. I'm not that person that I once was. I'm not even close. None of you know that. None of you see that. It's not complete bullshit. How would you know? Like, you don't watch. Because I watched your streams this year and you didn't change for shit. Fuck, you're right. You're right.
Now look, I'm not here to validate the credibility of this person. It's like, yeah, I watched you all year. You haven't changed. They could just be saying that. But number two, why is Miz's defense to any of this, if what he's saying is true and he believes it to be true, why is his defense just, well, how would you know? You don't even watch. You could give examples if you had any. You would have to avoid the other stuff in between, like you messaging Emiru incessantly or the thing I already brought up with the employee. But this finally concludes with him talking about demon time and how that idea of what demon time really means has changed over the last couple of weeks.
Is this your main channel? No. No. We're just in a demon mode right now, but we're hiding. It's demon time. But the thing is with demon time, chat, people think demon time is one day. Demon time is not one day. Demon time is a lifestyle. It's long lasting and it will last years. That's what demon time is.
I think the only reason people were led to believe that demon time actually meant something is because you said it would, that you would start leaking shit and doing crazy stuff. And to lead into this, to pivot into, well, demon time it's about the friends we made along the way. He's talking about it like, demon time is every day. It's a grind set. Like, what is this? I feel comfortable in assuming that he is probably not going to be leaking any information like he said he would. Whether he has it or not, I don't know, but I don't think that he's going to do it based on how he's interacting right now, especially with the lawsuit coming up. And now lastly, to close out this update, he's been posting a ton to his Instagram and TikTok, and it's all super cringy shit. I don't want to go over this in its entirety because most of the stuff is just a bunch of really cringy, like, dance things or introducing this new girlfriend, and then it being followed into a gambling sponsor, like, ad where he gambles. He also posted this skit, I guess, of him being a bit self-aware that no one's really in his court right now.
Boys, we're a new org. We're a new group of people, and we are going to take on the Streamer Awards. Not this year, but next year, we will be the best org of the year. We will have the best content, the best reacts, the best parties. We will come together and make the best content that Twitch has ever seen. Who's with me? All right, I'm just gonna gamble.
You get it, guys? A chip, a penny, and a napkin, like that SpongeBob thing. The gang's all here. And then he also launches that he has a new girlfriend. And they made another video together about his cat and him laying together. Incredibly riveting stuff. Expert opinion as to what is going on. I think this is just he feels good about what he's doing right now. Feels like a way to cope with it, to just kind of laugh in the face of being canceled, of being ruined, and his reputation being damaged. Realistically, he only has two choices: to either act really scared and go completely radio silent in regard to the lawsuit and anything like that, or to just act incredibly confident, be a cringe shit stirrer as he normally is, and that's going to end up, you know, probably just making his core audience stay with him. And realistically, it'll probably help keep his loyal audience with him. They're going to stay watching him if he's putting stuff out. But that's it for this update. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like, consider subscribing, maybe try hyping the video if you know how to do that. I'm not quite sure. I think it's down there somewhere. But that's it. I'll see you guys later. Adios. Peace. Bye.